Imagine this. A dusty road in rural Kenya. A sleek, matte black car glides past a herd of goats without making a sound. No exhaust. No engine roar. Not even the faint hum of an electric motor most of us now recognize. The driver waves, smiles, and keeps going. Villagers stop and stare. Some pull out their phones to record. Within hours the clip is everywhere across Africa. "This thing just appeared," one caption reads. "They say it runs forever without charging or fuel. They say it was built by a secret team of African engineers. They say it could kill the global oil industry overnight." By the next morning the video has 40 million views. The comments sections explode. Some call it fake. Some call it salvation. And almost nobody knows what they're actually looking at. That, my friends, is how the story of the so-called black tech car began. 2 weeks ago nobody had ever heard of it. Today it is the single most talked about mystery on the continent and beyond. So what on earth is going on? Let's dive in. First, the facts, well, the few we actually have. The car first showed up in late October 2025. Grainy footage from a village outside Kitui in Kenya shows a pitch-black sedan, no badges, no logos, no visible charging port. It moves in total silence. It accelerates faster than anything most people there have ever seen. A week later a similar car is spotted in Accra, Ghana. Then in Kigali, Rwanda. Then in Lagos, Nigeria, doing 0-100 in what looks like 3 seconds flat on a crowded road. Every single time the pattern is the same. It appears out of nowhere. Someone films it. The driver never stops to talk. The plates, when visible, are either missing or deliberately smudged. By mid-November the hashtag Black Tech Car is trending in 12 African countries. That's when things get really interesting. A leaked 47-second clip surfaces on WhatsApp groups used by engineers in Nairobi. In the clip a young man in a plain black t-shirt stands next to the car. He places his hand on the hood and says, in perfect Swahili, "Hi sayo Gari ya umim." Hi and I Gari ya Maisha. Translation, this is not an electric car. This is a car of life. Then he gets in and drives off. The video cuts. No context. No name. But the phrase, Gari ya Maisha sticks. People start calling the mystery vehicle exactly that, the car of life. Now rumors begin to fly faster than the car itself. Some say the body is made from a new carbon composite that drinks sunlight like a plant. Others swear the car has no battery at all. Instead, it supposedly harvests energy directly from the Earth's magnetic field. A few go full sci-fi and claim it uses zero-point energy, the holy grail physicists have chased for a century. Whatever the truth, everyone agrees on one thing: nobody has seen it plug in, nobody has seen it refuel, and nobody has seen it stop for more than a few minutes. Ever. Oil prices actually dipped 3% the day the Lagos video went viral. Traders in London and New York started asking questions. Reuters ran a headline, "Mystery African EV terrifies big oil." Except nobody can prove it's even electric. That's the first half of the story, the part we can kind of verify with our own eyes. Now let's cross into the second half. The part where everything becomes rumor, myth, and maybe, just maybe, a grain of truth. Buckle up. Whispers start in university hostels and tech WhatsApp groups. Word is the car was not built by a big company. Not Toyota, not Tesla, not even a Chinese giant. They say it came from a hidden lab somewhere in the Great Lakes region. Some point to a nondescript warehouse outside Goma, DRC. Others swear it's a repurposed textile factory in Bahir Dar, Ethiopia. A few insist the real lab is underground, literally, beneath Mount Kenya. The team? Allegedly less than 20 people. All African. All under 35. Dropped out of MIT, Stanford, Tsinghua not because they failed, but because they got tired of being told their ideas were impossible. They came home. They went dark. They worked in secret for 6 years. Funding? That's where stories split. One version says a reclusive Ghanaian billionaire who made his money in cobalt quietly bankrolled everything. Another claims the project was crowdfunded in tiny $5 chunks through mobile money so no single government could trace it. A wilder tale says they found an old colonial vault full of suppressed patents from the 1940s and simply built what the West buried decades ago. Whatever the money story, the tech itself is where things go properly insane. Rumor number 1, the black coating is not paint. It's a living nanomaterial that breathes in atmospheric CO2 and splits it into carbon and oxygen the way leaves do. The carbon becomes structural reinforcement. The oxygen gets compressed and stored as an energy buffer. In short, the car gets stronger and more efficient the more it drives through polluted cities. Rumor number 2, there is a fist-sized sphere in the trunk made of an alloy nobody has seen before. Supposedly this sphere spins at near light speed in a vacuum, creating a localized torsion field that taps into background energy of the universe. Sounds like pseudoscience? Maybe. But the same description keeps appearing in leaked text messages from people who claim to have seen the car opened up. Rumor number 3, the inventors built in a kill switch. If big oil or a superpower tries to seize the tech, every single black tech car on the planet will simply brick itself and dissolve into black sand within minutes. Self-destruct via programmed molecular decay. That one keeps corporate lawyers up at night. Now, the maybe true side. A respected Kenyan materials scientist who teaches at Strathmore University went on record anonymously, saying he was approached in 2023 by 2 young men with a sample the size of a coin. It was jet black, warm to the touch, and generated a measurable 0.8 volts in room light. No wires. No photocells anyone could see. He told them to patent it immediately. They laughed, said patents are how good ideas go to die, and vanished. That scientist now believes that coin became the skin of the mystery car. On the maybe not true side, deepfake analysts have pored over the videos. Some swear the reflections on the car's surface don't obey normal physics, light bends wrong, like the body is slightly out of phase with reality. Others say it's just clever CGI and the whole thing is an elaborate marketing stunt for a coming African EV brand. A few even claim the cars are remote-controlled drones disguised as full-size sedans to scare investors away from petrol stations. Here's where it gets interesting for the energy crisis question. Suppose even 10% of the rumors are true. Suppose the car can truly drive indefinitely without external fuel or charging. Suppose the tech can be scaled to trucks, matatas, bodabodas, generators, even households. Africa leaps from energy poverty to energy abundance in 1 generation. No more begging the World Bank for grid extensions. No more breathing kerosene fumes in the village at night. No more $110 billion a year leaving the continent to buy imported fuel. That money stays home. Roads get built. Schools get lights. Hospitals get reliable power. The geopolitical shock would be biblical. Russia loses its biggest leverage over Europe. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 collapses overnight. Western oil majors become the next Kodak. Africa, for the first time in centuries, holds the one resource the rest of the planet suddenly cannot live without. And the price of that resource? The inventors allegedly decided it should cost less than a used 2008 Toyota Corolla. That's the dream people are whispering about in barbershops from Cape Town to Cairo. But then comes the cold water. Nobody has managed to stop one of these cars. Nobody has interviewed a driver. No government has confirmed receiving an official prototype. The African Union says it's monitoring the situation. The U.S. State Department issued a bland statement about encouraging innovation. Chinese embassies are mysteriously quiet. And oil kept flowing. Prices bounced back. Life went on. Skeptics, and there are many, point out that if this tech really existed, the inventors would be dead or in protective custody by now. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and so far all we have are blurry videos and goosebumps. Maybe it's the greatest hoax since the Nigerian prince email. Maybe it's real, and the rollout is being deliberately slow to prevent panic. Maybe the cars we're seeing are just the bait, low-resolution decoys to test public reaction before the real fleet appears. Or maybe, just maybe, a handful of brilliant young Africans figured out something the rest of the world missed, and they're about to change everything. Right now, today, nobody knows. More sightings keep coming. Dar es Salaam last week. Bamako 2 days ago. A convoy of 7 black cars reportedly seen driving in perfect silent formation across the Sahara at 3 a.m. under a full moon. Each time the message is the same. They show up. They let themselves be filmed. Then they disappear. No boasting. No press conference. No crowdfunding link. Just quiet, deliberate presence. Almost like they're waiting for the world to be ready. So is the energy crisis finally over? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we're watching the birth of the biggest revolution since fire. Or maybe next month someone will upload a behind-the-scenes video laughing at how easy it was to fool half the planet with Blender and a rented Tesla shell. Until someone puts a black tech car on a dyno, cuts it open on camera, and shows the world exactly how it works, we remain in the most African of all states, suspended between wild hope and brutal skepticism, praying the ancestors finally sent us the win we've been waiting centuries for. One thing is certain. The entire world is now watching Africa in a way it never has before. Not for war. Not for poverty. Not for charity. But for answers. For leadership. For the future. And if even a fraction of this turns out to be real. If that silent black car truly runs forever on nothing but the genius of its makers. Then yes, my friends. The energy crisis doesn't just end. History rewrites itself with an African signature at the bottom. Until then, keep your eyes on the road. Because the next time you see a matte black car gliding past without a sound, it might not be a rumor anymore. It might be the rest of your life pulling up beside you. Quietly. Confidently. Unstoppably. The car of life. Coming soon, or never. Only time will tell. But for the first time in a long time, Africa gets to write the question mark. And the world is terrified of the answer.